or the experimental prototype community of tomorrow, was a community of tomorrow that will never be completed. It will always be showcasing and testing and demonstrating new materials and new systems, as Walt Disney stated when creating the idea for Epcot. And to me, it's the best park in Orlando, Florida, and that statement still rings true today. There are 5 other parks that encompass Walt Disney World Resort: Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and 2 water parks. When you think of Disney, you may think of Main Street and Magic Kingdom's castle, but when I think of Disney, I see the beautiful spaceship Earth and various parts of the park that represent travel, culture, and more around the globe. Today I'll be talking to you about Epcot and why this park's attractions that spark creativity and curiosity, various educational opportunities for people of all ages with exhibits and shows, and goals for representation of the future makes this park the most intriguing. I've been a pass holder at Disney for as long as I can remember. As a child, we would mainly go to Magic Kingdom because of the promise of leaving today and entering a world of yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy, as Walter Elias Disney himself would always say. And to a child, that is magical to see princesses, Mickey Mouse, and ride the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh. As I got older, we ventured into the other parks, and there my love for Epcot began. Epcot has many pavilions, such as the Innoventions Pavilion, which showcased various rides and attractions. They had the Wonders of Life Pavilion, which taught children about their bodies and various shows and rides, such as The Making of Me and Body Wars. The Universe of Energy, that talked about dinosaurs, energy, and science, narrated by Ellen DeGeneres and Bill Nye the Science Guy. The Land, which focuses on agriculture and sightseeing, with Soarin' Over California and Living with the Land, and the Living with the Seas Aquarium, which lets guests explore Disney's rehabilitation of marine life and aquatic ecosystems. There is also the beloved World Showcase, which represents 11 different countries and their cultures, with art galleries, water rides, exploring cultures, and foods and drinks to do the same. To segue into our first point, attractions such as Test Track, where you can design a ride vehicles, Soarin' Over California, which took you over a hang glider, over orange groves of clementine in the air, skiing in the mountains with scent of fresh pine and the wind blowing, or even flying over Disneyland with fireworks booming above you, captivated me. The ride Journey into Imagination with Figment, on the other hand, talked about your figment of imagination and how important it is to always think creatively and with a child look out like on life, like Walt always did when imagining the parks. The rides fascinated me, but learning opportunities did as well. The Living with the Seas Pavilion gives children and adults an opportunity to get up close on feeding of manatees, looking at dolphins performing underwater stunts, and even searching for hidden Mickeys underwater. The Land Pavilion teaches people about agriculture and how Disney uses food that they grow at Epcot and various parks and resorts around Walt Disney World, and shows the use of hydroponics and recycling to effectively grow and produce crops. The World Showcase, though, is the most amazing part of Epcot, to learn about cultures and traditions. This area represents Mexico, Norway, China, Germany, Italy, America, Japan, Morocco, France, the United Kingdom, and Canada, with more countries to come in the future. The attractions within the World Showcase include a scenic water ride in the Mexico Pavilion that goes through a Mayan river, and another in the Norway Pavilion that takes you through scenes from the hit movie Frozen. There are many different venues to sample various foods and drinks, such as beer and pretzels in Germany, sushi in Japan, and kakigori shaved ice. Or in the Norway Pavilion, you can try traditional school bread, or in France, you can have Grand Marnier slush with macaroons. The World Showcase also houses various galleries, like the Bitsu-Jikon Gallery, that has various items of cultural significance in Japan, crafts for children to do, and in every country, representatives dress in traditional clothing. They also have shows like the American Adventure, which lets you witness landmark events like the landing of the Mayflower, the Boston Tea Party, the winter at Valley Forge, and more, according to the Walt Disney World Parks website. Outside of this attraction, the Voices of Liberty perform songs daily for guests to hear. There are also 360-degree shows such as O Canada, Reflections of China, and Impressions of France that divulge into the beauty these countries offer through imagery and music. There are live performers as well, the Matsuriza drummers who perform in Japan, the UK's British Revolution who perform songs, and even juggling mimes in Italy. Yearly, Epcot also hosts a multitude of festivals, such as the Festival of the Arts, which celebrates artwork from various different countries, the Food and Wine Festival, which celebrates food and drinks from various different countries, the Flower and Garden Festival, which cloaks Epcot in thousands of flowers and the Festival of the Holidays, which celebrates the holiday season. Disney has an important responsibility to grow and expand Epcot, based on changing times and technology, most importantly. Over the years, many things have come and gone at Epcot, with the loss of pavilions, performers, and more, but there is always something new on the horizon. The Ratatouille ride is coming to France with a creperie. The Fountains of Nations was removed, and in its place will be a pavilion that is dedicated to celebrations of the world and technology, and then an overhaul of the Epcot Ball, or Spaceship Earth, an attraction that takes you through the journey of mankind from the beginning of time to present day. The Innovations Pavilion predicted things of the future would be hanging beds or computerized sewing machines, but thinking about it now, we have self-driving cars, and who knows what else the world of tomorrow, who else knows the world of tomorrow the prototype Epcot was once thought to be will bring to life. Epcot continues to unite all cultures with attractions, shows, and experiences. I hope when families make the decision to bring their children to Disney World for vacation, they choose Epcot. They will not be disappointed in the choices of attractions that spark creativity and curiosity, being enriched by various educational opportunities, no matter your age, enjoyment of exhibits and shows, and seeing the advancements come into the parks in the very near future unfold before your eyes. Thank you for listening.